out your berries today. Good morning. It is Friday morning. The sun is shining. I had a great start to the day. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'm just sitting down to eat my breakfast. So made some avocado toast with everything but the bagel seasoning, mango, blackberries, and then a veggie scramble. And then of course having my vitamins I talked about in last video. So Harmony, B6, and zinc. Those are my morning vitamins. And I'm gonna eat breakfast. It's currently 7:30. Kai and Josh are out in the gym. So Josh and I alternate who wakes up with Kai every day. This morning was his morning. So they're working out, and then I'll play with Kai for a little bit before my mom comes today. She comes on Fridays and Mondays for a few hours to help with Kai so we can work, and it's glorious. But I'm gonna eat my breakfast, then we're gonna have a little chat because I had what started off as a really bad day yesterday. And Josh and I gave me a pep talk that I really needed to hear, and I wanted to just elaborate on that more with you guys since a lot of you resonated when I shared like a tiny little bit about it on Instagram. All right, I'm actually going to get ready and chat with you guys at the same time. I just clipped my little bangs back like that so I can do my makeup fresh. We're filming some stuff today for both businesses, doing a little more makeup than like my usual. But yesterday, like I mentioned, was just a really crappy start to the day. I'll show you what I'm using as I'm talking. This is just the Iconic Radiance Booster. I use it as like a foundation sort of, but it's very light. Yesterday was just really like I was just in a mood, and this has really been over the last couple of weeks. I felt like this, but yesterday it sort of just all came to like a head. So I feel like when you're preparing for pregnancy, you almost like get in the mindset of like preparing to obviously be pregnant soon. I feel like I just didn't have any fitness goals during this time because like my goal was to get pregnant, which would have been fine if we got pregnant right away. But here we are 10 months into this, and I still just don't have any fitness goals. And for me, as somebody who's like very high achieving, you know, you're an ex-athlete, like it's sort of like a mind fuck because I just felt like I was being really consistent with training and nutrition and doing all of my things, and my habits are really great, and like I didn't push any of this to the side by any means, but at the same time I didn't have that drive and that focus and that just mindset of like pushing myself to be better, if that makes sense, because in my mind I was like, it's not worth setting a goal when I might be pregnant in a couple weeks, right? So it's like I almost was just sort of holding myself back in that sense, which is silly because your training also doesn't need to change, especially early on in pregnancy. Anyway, I don't know how that mindset sort of came about, and obviously, you know, I'm a pre and postnatal coach. I know all of these things, but I'm still human, and I'm still, you know, somebody who sometimes struggles, and especially during this season, which was so new for us to go through. It was almost just to the point where I got super complacent with where I was and not forgot, but just like didn't feel like I deserved to have goals or deserved to push myself. So like over the last week, all of this really just started to become more apparent, and like it was affecting my mood. So Josh basically gave me a pep talk yesterday, and he was like, listen, people get pregnant all the time without trying to get pregnant, and as of right now we have no reason to believe there's anything wrong. It's just taken a little bit longer. So he really just, you know, validated everything that I was feeling and was like, have your goals, like focus on what you need to focus on, live your life, and then, you know, when it's meant to happen, it will happen, because, you know, you're trying to carry the weight of the world and all of your clients and all of our coaches and all of our business stuff and Kai and being a good wife and like everything on my shoulders. And at the same time, I was having no specific fitness goals for me. So hearing him say that really just helped, because I also felt like when you're trying to conceive, you put a lot of pressure on yourself because you're the one who's going to be getting pregnant and carrying this baby, and it's like you want to not disappoint your partner either. I almost needed to hear him say that, and not that he was giving me permission, but he was telling me to give myself permission, if that makes sense. So I felt a lot better after that conversation with him. And as him and Kai went out for the afternoon yesterday, right after we had that conversation, and he was like, sit down. And he was like, listen, when I leave, go take a cold shower. Josh is like all about the cold ice baths and showers and stuff. And he's been consistent with them for months now, and it has really changed him in so many positive ways, which maybe we'll make a whole nother video about. We do have a podcast about the ice baths, but he was like, go take a cold shower, commit to it, and then sit down and figure out what you need to do for your goals. So that's what I did. And the cold showers are something I have put off for so long because I almost had a fixed mindset about them to an extent. Like, I could do the ice baths for sure, but for me, the shower seemed harder, and it seemed a lot harder. And it is a little bit harder because, like, you can just step out at any time, and it's like it takes a lot of I don't know, I felt like I just couldn't do it. So I did it because I was just at a point yesterday where you're just like so low that you almost just feel numb to the world. I did it. It made me feel a lot better. I sat down, I turned my whole day around yesterday, wrote down some goals, and it just felt really good. So I shared a little bit about this on Instagram, and I wanted to make a little bit of a longer video here because I know there's a lot of you in the same boat, and this doesn't even have to be something that you relate to as far as trying to get pregnant. If you're in a season where you feel like you're just waiting for the moment to be perfect or waiting for that perfect time to focus on yourself, you can't. You have to live your life. You have to focus on your health now, because if you don't focus on it now, it will come back to bite you in the butt. And whether that's mentally or physically, it absolutely will. So that's what I'm doing. And like I said, this is me just pushing myself to be better. A lot of my habits and everything are all in place. It's not like I pushed everything out to the wayside to try to get pregnant. Like, all of this matters for pregnancy. You know, having a healthy mindset and a healthy body really does play a big role when it comes to getting pregnant. So it's important that you still do these things and understand that you can still have these goals. And if I do get pregnant next month, then it's not like I failed. I probably will feel a lot better that I actually started something and got to a place where I'm feeling much better in my body because of that. So again, this is not like me saying like live your life, go out and get drunk every night, drink your wine, do things that are like potentially unhealthy / going to hold you back in a sense, or potentially something that is going to not be good for pregnancy. This is me saying you deserve to have goals and to push yourself towards those goals rather than waiting, because like I said in my Instagram yesterday, it could be a whole nother year before we are blessed with another pregnancy. And I don't want to be here and in this season of waiting and feeling like this for a whole nother year. So I'm going to really focus on just living and doing the things that make me happy and add value to my life. So that's that little spiel. I hope it makes sense for you guys. And, you know, this is just, it feels good to start these little vlogs again because I like being able to share these things with you, but sometimes Instagram just isn't the place for me to be able to elaborate on these. So if you are enjoying these videos, make sure you let me know, whether you send me a DM or comment below. I really do read all of them, and it helps me know what to put out there for you guys. So, but I'm feeling much better today, and I feel like it's almost like a true fresh start because my mindset is in such a better place. So that was the Tarte concealer I just put on, and then I just did the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set everything. This little contour powder kit, it looks like this, Anastasia by Beverly Hills or whatever her name is. I just use that for like as bronzer. I use the brown stuff because it tends to just show up really well and stay all day. So while we're filming and stuff, I don't go crazy with makeup. Usually when I'm not filming, it takes me like maybe 10 minutes tops. I like a very natural, glowy look. And then I'm using the Dibs blush. So this is the shade Out of Office / Vacay Vibe. So one side is bronzer, which I do use, but I'm almost out of it, so I save it for like very special occasions. I have to get more. But I really like this blush, and I've been wearing it like, I put it on there and blending it into my under eyes, and it like makes everything just look really like I got a nice little, not a sunburn, but like I've spent the day in the sun kind of thing. Iconic little illuminator. I use this as like a highlighter. Very metallic-y, so I just kind of go like that, a little on my nose, and I'll put some up here today. So as far as my fitness goals go, I really just want to push strength a little bit more, but not in the capacity that I did with powerlifting, more so like just feeling good with functional strength, mobility, and a nice balance of cardio. So just like balancing everything. And again, it's not like I wasn't doing that, but just actually pushing myself and being consistent with writing my workouts down, progressing weights and all that, and committing to 4 to 5 days per week of strength, and then cardio 1 full rest day per week. But my goal with cardio is a total of 150 minutes of moderate throughout the week. So that will come from incline walks, metcons, just whatever I'm feeling. If we're hiking, that's what I'm focusing on. This was just the Anastasia brow. And brush them up a little bit, and then I'm just throwing on some Tarte mascara, and that's it. Okay. I was filming it. So you say hi. Hi. Did you have a great workout with Daddy? Yeah. What did you do? Can you tell me?
What is that?
Oh, that's my highlighter. What did you do? Upper body or lower body?
Upper body.
Oh, like arms or back or what? Are you doing your mascara too?
It hurts my eye.
Don't poke it in your eye. You okay?
Why?
Are you alright? Let me kiss it.
I'm doing my eyebrow.
Alright, show me. Good job. What are you eating? What is it? What is it?
Cereal.
Yum. It is the next day, obviously, and I just put a little mirror here in our office, and I'm obsessed. I also, hello dogs, put a little bookshelf that we had in our storage unit over here instead of the other tiny shelf that was here, and it looks so cute. And I need to do something with this stuff, but all of our books fit in it pretty well. And of course Josh's freaking TJ Maxx find that lives in our office, but it just makes the office feel so much bigger. Today, Josh ordered like 15 more, I think they're arborvitaes or something like that, we're like surrounding the whole perimeter of our yard with these trees, and half of them are really small, they're like a foot. These are bigger, they're like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 feet tall. But the issue is they're currently being housed in our gym. So he's planting them today. He has to dig all the holes. I'm gonna move them all out into the driveway so that I can then clean the garage gym floor and like tidy up, because it's a mess right now because they've just been in here. So that's on the agenda this afternoon. Kai is down for a nap. And yeah, I'll just bring you guys through how I clean our garage gym. I use a special solution on the floors that I'll talk about once I get there, but first thing is moving all these out. They're pretty tall. I'm 5 feet and they're like a little shorter than me. vacuumed up all of the little pine needles. It's looking so much better. Now I'm going to mop it. So I just have a basic like grocery store mop with a basic bucket of hot water, about 1/4 cup of the Tide powdered laundry detergent, and then just a swirl of Blue Dawn, and that's it. And I just mixed it all together, and I'm gonna mop up the floors about once a month or so. I'll do this mix, but add a little bit of bleach as well to disinfect, but I don't do that every time. So that's all I'm doing now. I'm just gonna do a preliminary mop, let it dry, see how it looks, maybe do another pass through after.